Welcome, welcome. ADV Online here. Full screen for once. Doing something a little different tonight. We are kicking around with the new Cyberpunk 2077. Not super new, it's just a patch. It's patch 1.6.3. And so we're going to check out what's changed with that. Normally, I read the patch list. Yeah, I can read the patch list to you, but an even better idea is to let Juicehead on YouTube read the patch list to you. He's a far better explainerator than I am, and he's got some cool graphics and stuff too. He's been a Cyberpunk wizard since this game has been out for the last 2 years, and I always go out to Juicehead's videos to find out what's going on. So yes, CD Projekt Red did drop a patch today for Cyberpunk 2077. And with no further ado, we're going to transition to watch the video from Juicehead, and we will drop in with some commentary during the video. So let's see what Juicehead has to say about it. Oh, we need to change something. So sorry. Turn that off. Ha! Still learning this full screen.
Earlier today, Cyberpunk 2077 got a new update. This is patch 1.63, a largely bug-fixing patch, but also one with some pretty significant and notable changes. The update seemed to be around 30GB on consoles, while being a bit over 1GB on PC. The size difference being due to how patches are applied. On PC, you're really just downloading the new files, while on consoles, you're re-downloading entire archives, including a bunch of...
And that's what I found. It was just under 2 gig on GOG. I don't have a copy on Steam, so couldn't tell you there. But it is a patch for both consoles and PCs, and no, it doesn't change the performance requirements or eliminate the use of the older Xbox and PlayStation consoles.
Old files that weren't changed. And if you do want to get some of these smaller patches on PC, Cyberpunk 2077 is 50% off on GOG right now, or even 30% off if you buy it bundled with Phantom Liberty. The bundle's cheaper than if you buy them separately, and I get a bit of a kickback if you purchase using my affiliate link down below. So the biggest part of this patch
his
by
YouTube
far were
channel.
some of the quest tweaks and even some of the pretty significant quest fixes that were distributed, such as during the final mission with Search and Destroy. Takamura will actually put some effort into hiding now instead of just awkwardly standing out in the open as Arasaka raids the room. One really nice fix is around some gigs staying in the undiscovered phase as you approach them. These would basically get stuck like this, so even as you ran up to the gig and tried to activate it, things would stay exactly.
That's bizarre, and that's one I've not ran across before. It's just whatever. Okay, so they did fix those, but it's not a bug I've ran into. And I've never noticed Takamura standing around for Arasaka to attack. I've kind of been too busy blowing Arasaka away. But hey, anyway, continuing on.
The same, blocking your progress on that gig, as well as several issues where you would just randomly flatline during certain quests. So when you're attempting to play a quest, you would just die abruptly. Even though there were quite a few major changes with this one, there's also some minor things like mirrors not functioning properly during certain gigs. It definitely feels like they had a multi-pronged approach with these fixes. Some of them were just minor tweaks or improvements, some genuinely fixing progress blocking bugs, but also just some general quest bugginess with spawns and the like. So though I'm only highlighting a few of them, there were definitely numerous quest fixes shipped today. It was quite a big improvement. Even though quest fixes was the bulk of the update, it definitely wasn't everything. A long time issue that I didn't even realize was an issue that was fixed is now while you're transferring money or data, it will no longer show the enemy hack in progress
I've
indicator.
never seen
this
that.
was a strange one where basically anytime you would transfer something, it would say you're being hacked by an enemy. I think a lot of people just thought this was a quirk of V's operating system or really just a quirk of the game overall and not actually a bug, but it seems like it was a bug, or at least something CDPR wanted to change. So now as you transfer funds from one person to another, it'll simply say
well, we'll have to check that out. I haven't rented any apartments yet.
You were unable to use devices after opening your minimap, but thankfully that has been fixed. And one of the biggest fixes is around DLSS flicker. There's this pretty big bug on PC.
Now this one, holy crap, I have seen this so often. And when I start seeing the flicker in the distance, that tells me time to restart the game because something's getting hacked up. This is, we'll jump back 5 seconds and we'll watch this again. If you haven't seen this flicker, it's really noticeable and really annoying.
That has been fixed, and one of the biggest fixes is around DLSS flicker. There's this pretty big bug on PC where when you had DLSS on, there would just be some hardcore flickering or even at times artifacting around you. And as soon as you turned off DLSS, that flickering would immediately disappear. Testing this myself, I definitely noticed that these flickers are largely gone now while you do have DLSS on, which is going to be huge for NVIDIA users out there, in particular since so many people are relying on DLSS to use the new path tracing. Things weren't
And that's one of the big things we'll be checking as we run around. We'll run around for as much time as we can spare tonight. Daddy-o, how you doing? Yes, Phantom Liberty will be about, why did I not hear that? Did you play? You played Banana, and I did not hear that. Okay. Because this scene doesn't have... Ah, that's right. I never put the alerts into the full screen video scene. I rarely use this scene, so... Yeah, so I wouldn't have heard it either. So yeah, the scene's just not here. See, we don't have alerts. We just have the basic show crap. Anyway, neither here nor there. Sorry, we'll get that back in just a minute when we go into the actual game itself. So welcome. Glad to see you in here. And yes, I got my updates too. And agreed, Phantom Liberty is going to be a huge download. You say 70 gig, that's probably about right. It's one of the largest expansions financially they've done, and probably in terms of download size too. Cannot wait.
Exactly perfect, but
let's go and see what Juicehead has to say.
A major step in the right direction. Although, if you are somebody fortunate enough to be using path tracing, there was a bug with that also that was fixed. This is that new ray tracing overdrive mode, and sometimes when you had this on, some of these surface textures would be affected and basically just...
Now this, I was just noticing last night. I was in a quest, and the guy's face looked like Xbox 4 Release 1. No texture, just gunk. And I've seen this effect as well, where the cars have terrible textures, and that is probably part of path tracing. So we'll be checking textures out as well, as we do run. We have a 3080, and we do run RTX path tracing, and it still holds. Yesterday it was holding 45-50 frames a second, so that's good enough for me. We'll see if it goes up any. And yeah, that is basically the Phantom Liberty patch 1.7 is going to be a nearly ground up rewrite. Totally changed skill trees and everything else. I haven't really gotten that much into it. I just know it's coming in September, and we'll find out a little bit more about that in Juicehead's video in just a second.
Show extreme artifacting or have buggy textures and look really rough.
Yeah, exactly. This Xbox 4 looking face is what I was seeing yesterday when I was doing just a little bit of playing before I clocked out for the night.
This would kind of take you out of it as you're trying to play on the highest end mode with the crazy new visual settings, and some of the visuals just weren't all that great. From my testing and even just reading a bit online, it seems like this too has been largely fixed with this update. I recorded this entire video with path tracing on, and I did not notice any of that artifacting popping up again. Although for some of you, you perhaps will be able to turn on path tracing after this update, as it also improved performance of DLSS frame generation on AMD CPUs. This is going to be a very specific group of people, but if you were somebody who does have a 4000 series NVIDIA GPU but an AMD CPU, there are a couple of issues when trying to use DLSS 3.0. Partially, it's going to be your FPS. In my testing on a 4090 and a 5900X, this was definitely not a game-changing update, but I definitely noticed a slight bump in my overall FPS. It felt like previously in areas where I would drop under 100 FPS, I was now staying a bit above it. So with this update and my AMD CPU, I almost noticed a 5 to 10% performance boost overall, at least in my limited testing. testing. And the far more impactful aspect of this is it seems like it largely got rid of some of the stuttering issues that I had while using frame generation. In particular, there were sometimes issues when opening the map and closing it that seem to have largely been removed thanks to this update, which is actually really nice. But what is likely to end up being the most impactful aspect of this update, outside of mods breaking, is going to be one that just applies to Xbox users. Now, the number of available save slots on Xbox is going to be 20 for manual saves, as well as 10 for point of no return saves. And if you exceeded that number, like if you already have over 20 manual saves,
I don't know anybody
GDPR
playing
does
this on
say players who
Xbox.
have a number of saves that exceeds the new save
But
limit will need
if
to
you
delete
do,
some saves
well,
to be able to create
sorry.
new ones. And based off doing some digging online, what it seems like happened here was there was a bug that's been in Cyberpunk for a while where if you were playing on Xbox, you were able to create over 20 manual save slots, even though you weren't supposed to be able to. If you look at all of the documentation online from CDPR officially, it says that there is supposed to be a 20 save limit, but I guess perhaps that limit wasn't properly being enforced by the game, so a lot of people report having potentially hundreds of manual saves, even though again, you weren't supposed to be able to. Well, unfortunately, the next time those people want to play Cyberpunk, they're going to have to delete many of those manual saves that have been previously made, and it does seem like this isn't actually just random, as with this update they also addressed an issue affecting performance on the Xbox Series X and S, where basically after playing for an extended period of time, performance would degrade in Cyberpunk 2077. It seems like this was directly related to the save game issue, where if you were playing for too long, the play session's performance would just generally start to degrade due to how many save games you had. This has actually been an issue with other games on consoles as well, so it really seems like this is just CDPR fixing that. So although again, if you have a bunch of saves, this might be pretty annoying to try and clear through a bunch of them, but hopefully it means better performance over longer play sessions as well. Now when launching Cyberpunk 2077, there's going to be a little ad for Phantom Liberty in the main menu where you can purchase it. And one final change that may get users excited but isn't actually that big of a deal
smart,
is they allow deploying mods from a listing file. This is going to be for Red Mod on PC, and basically the old method of deploying mods would start to run into problems if you had a very large load order.
If you want to see mods, go look up
so a file is simply
Eve Silverhand, Valerie Silverhand on Twitch.
Command line each time you launch the game. So in the past, if you had issues with larger load orders, this could potentially be a fix for some.
And has a lot of fun with them too.
But for most players out there, even though I saw some excitement around mods being mentioned, you'll probably not notice any major differences. Well, except for one, and that's of course that many of your mods are now going to be broken. Cyberpunk got an update, so mods did break, so you'll need to wait for many of those core mods like Tweak XL or Archive XL to be updated. Thankfully, this was a bit of a smaller patch, so we're already seeing some mods get updated, like Cyber Engine Tweaks has already been updated. And if you're somebody who was playing modded Cyberpunk and is now trying
PlayStation
to
3, no mods.
getting errors like this, that's just a problem with some of your mods being outdated. So you can either delete all of the mods you had installed, or even just do a full fresh install, or you can wait a couple of days for things to be updated, or perhaps even just a day or two. A lot of these updates have been shipping out pretty fast as of late. But of course, the third major option being you downgrade to the older version of the game, which you can do incredibly easily on GOG. So in general, a bit of a smaller patch, but still a really nice one. We got quite a few really nice bug and glitch fixes, and I feel like it's a good patch to hold us over fixing some of the major issues around progress blocking or even some of those visual problems. So for those of us who are still going to be playing in between now and Phantom Liberty, we won't have this bug even experience. But speaking of patch 1.7 and Phantom Liberty, we may even have a release window for that. Phantom Liberty is dropping on September.
Now this is that point I was making. Here's some interesting conjecture about patch 1.7 versus Phantom Liberty. Are they going to be the same release, or will they be separate releases? A little annoying for me, as I'd like to actually take the day as PTO, and with the new gig I don't have, I mean, we have unquote unlimited PTO, but you don't take any in the first 6 months, just kind of a rule of thumb. And here it is September, and I'll want to take a day off to load the new game and play and stream the whole damn day. But hey, let's check this out, see what his conjecture is on release dates.
26, 2023, and due to global release timings, I wouldn't be shocked if many of us will actually be playing on the 25th of September, not the 26th. But it seems like they're still targeting a release date of patch 1.7 before Phantom Liberty, but only barely. It seems like due to legal requirements, when CDPR changes the system requirements for Cyberpunk 2077, which is happening, so basically right now, if you own Cyberpunk 2077, the next major free update, patch 1.7, is going to make the game harder to run. If you're just at the minimum system requirements right now, you may no longer be able to run Cyberpunk after the next update, or at least it may run significantly worse. And basically, as a part of doing this, since these system requirements are changing, CDPR needs to give 90 days notice. It seems like this is a full-on legal requirement, which would mean that at earliest, patch 1.7 can ship on September 11th, 90 days after the original announcement of these changes on June 11th. It's a bit of an odd one where CDPR remains adamant that apparently, yes, patch 1.7 is coming before Phantom Liberty, but if it's literally only coming 2 weeks before, you have to imagine most people would just rather wait for the new content. Perhaps they want to get it out a couple of weeks earlier just so people could start new save games, perhaps play a
That's
bit
what I'd want to
before
do,
we
is
jump
I'd want
into
to
the
start a
Phantom
brand new
Liberty stuff.
game.
But also considering this is just a couple of weeks after Starfield, it could be a pretty busy time for a lot of gamers. We have Starfield Early Access on August 31st, patch 1.7 on September 11th, and then Phantom Liberty on September 25th or 26th. And if you're interested in that, I'm going to have a video out detailing all of the known Phantom Liberty changes, so make sure to stay tuned for that.
If you're interested in that, his name on YouTube is Juicehead, and I encourage you to subscribe to Juicehead, give him a look, and while you're over there, give ADV Online a subscribe too. So that is the major changes as covered by Juicehead in Cyberpunk 2077. We're going to kick our game off, and we will see if this works. I'm going to try and continue the full screen capture of the monitor so we can capture the game launch. Hell no. Okay, so it's wedging. So we go, let me change. Come on, come on. Alright, we're just going to transition. There we go, it caught it right as I hit transition. Perfect. Alright. F11 out of that, and close that. Find Cyberpunk. Ta-da! Alright, we're going to go in and check our settings. Right now, we're running in these intro screens, 130 frames per second. Once we check our settings with this new patch 1.63, I'll run the obligatory settings. Alright, so sound, controls, gameplay, nudity off. And do we have audio? Oh, sound. Make sure we have copyrighted music off. Good, now I won't get any strikes. Now for the important ones, graphics. Right, we're running this on a Ryzen 9 3900 with an RTX 3080 12 gig. I have a hum. Odd. You mean like a microphone hum? Mic on. Shouldn't be a hum, damn it. We're going to get a big burst of static. Okay, I unplugged and replugged the mic. Do we still have a hum? I can't hear a hum over the background music here. I don't see a hum on the audio meters. Anyway, let's hum or no hum. I've only got a few minutes, well, maybe an hour. Oh, good. I just had something wacky there. So as I said, I'm running a 3080 RTX on a Ryzen 9 3900. In the next 98 days, I'll be upgrading that to a Ryzen 9 5950X. I will not be going to the new 79 because that needs a motherboard. It's a $4,000 freaking upgrade. And I'll be getting some series of 4XX card. So that'll be nice. But today on a 3800, we have DLSS on. Oh, textures are high. DLSS, ultra performance. AMD and Intel off, field of grain 80, or field of view 80, film grain off, cinematic off. I do like depth of field, so I always leave that on. Lens flare off, motion blur low, contact shadows on. That eats quite a bit of GPU power. Facial lighting improved, anisotropy as high as it goes. Shadow mesh as high as it goes. Local shadows high as it goes. Cascaded shadows full tilt. Resolution full tilt. Distant shadows full tilt. Fog ultra. Fog quality ultra. Dynamic decals ultra. Screen space reflections. This is the stuff that just makes the game look so cool. Psycho. Subsurface scattering high. Okay, that's as high as it goes. Ambient occlusion high. Color high. Mirror high. Level of detail high. Ray tracing is on. Path tracing. This is with a 3080. Hums back when... I gotta get a new frickin' mic. This thing's probably dead. I don't know. So, sorry guys, there's a hum. I'll get a new USB headset while I'm getting the graphics card, and that'll fix that minor problem. On a 3080, which isn't really supposed to run path tracing, it's on. And of course path tracing in photo mode. So let's run a benchmark with this set to basically as high as it goes. We were running it full screen at 1440 or 2K. That's full resolution on this screen. So let's benchmark this puppy and see what the benchmark shows with this new patch. Getting 50, I think. 4550 was my last benchmark. NVIDIA over on this screen is telling me it's 54. 52, 53, and that's in a high crowd environment. And I'm still seeing shitty faces. That's weird. 50 FPS is perfectly playable. But I'm a little worried about the faces. 60 as we leave the crowd. Those textures look like shit. Okay, there's a good reflection. 68. Okay, that's better. We're really cracking it there. Anything over 60 is nearly as good as the monitor does. Still a little questionable about the textures. 54, 50 as we get into crowds. I do have crowd density at max. And we have particles, trees, and wind. Okay, there the textures clean up. And let's go dick with DLSS and turn it. I did change it. Let's try that. What? So we get to run benchmark. Yes, confirm. One more pass. Like your invisible girl, well, all you see is her clothes. Bizarre. Okay, let's run this one more time with a balanced DLSS. See if that cleans up our screen. No, we still got shitty faces. We still have 50 frames a second. It's the same as we had before. Maybe I'm just fussy. I'm broadcasting at 720p, so it's not really going to be obvious on the stream. This is me just being pissy. Fog's really nice. I just don't think the faces are rendering. 64 going into the... and no change going down to balanced. Unless it didn't save the change, maybe that's what that dialogue was trying to tell me. Haha, that would be funny to see, just a suit of clothes walking around the invisible girl. Okay, let's see what this returns. Okay. Oh, it still said ultra performance. All right. Well, that's the reason. Go for balanced. Apply. Now! Dumbass, sorry. Gotta hit apply first. Let's see how bad balanced kills my FPS. Or if I can run balanced and clean up the... bases. Oh my god, that killed the performance. 30 frames a second. We're down at Xbox Mumble performance. Can't play it at 30. Sorry guys, does it fix the faces? Doesn't seem to fix the faces. Just a tiny bit. Okay, we're gonna... as soon as this is over, we're gonna drop out of balanced, move it to performance. 38 on the water. Ooh, that's pretty. 37 on the sparks. 40, 37, that's just too low. I mean, granted, I am overdriving this game right now. It should not be set to ultra and path tracing on a 3800 or 3080. That's the 3080 is not a supported card for that. So we go back to settings. We take it to performance, apply, call it good. Exit to main menu, confirm. The girl stands by the stairs during the ceremony, and she's just a set of clothes standing there. Too funny. Alright, so let's verify performance. Good. And we will pick up... oh, we don't want to pick up there. Where was my... there we are. Here, this was a bunch of guys poking around just to make sure it would launch. I don't remember putting any mods in, but... okay, we are at with performance.
Hello, Ziggy. Thanks for having me.
Okay, it's 45 frames a second in the smoky apartment. Looks good, I don't see any flashies. Would you look at that, right out the window. I've seen all these hacks where you can use wall busting, clipping crap to get to V's luxury apartment. But I never realized if you look out his window and look to the right, that is V's luxury apartment from 2 of the endings. Yes, yes, Nibbles, you're a good kitty. You're a good kitty. Alright, what do I have hanging out in inventory? Do I need to throw anything out? No, we're playing Street Kid with a silenced pistol and a shotgun and crap today. So, what do we have on our map for anything interesting to go beat up on? I don't know what the hell. I don't want to do an organized crime activity. Yeah, let's do whatever dumb gig this is, because I don't want to do a performance test by doing a sit-down quest. Right, running through the halls, we are at 30 Mumble with lots of people. 30 some odd frames per second.
Who do I spy?
And we can go into menus, or into purchase menus. And we don't need anything, and we don't have anything to sell. 35, 60. Some of these muzzle devices, I guess I already have the good one. The good muzzle device on this one increases ricochet damage by 125%. So that ricochet is just brilliant. Oh yeah, we wanted to check out... Shut up. I wanted to buy an apartment and see if that changed the transferring money. I've never done it from the computer. Okay, look at that dude's face. Well, you can't because he's in the dark, but... Stupid dark game.
Always fucking something. Always.
Okay. Everything's frickin' dark. Okay, that face picked up a little bit when I zoomed in on it. And when I was walking by that first guy, he still had himself a, quite the bruiser of a face. Now that's got a decent facial texture there. He's got all his textures. That's good. Alright, let's check out this, well, let me, real quick, change my screens up. There we go. Yeah, you can buy the, apartments either at the apartment or you can go to your computer and do it, and I have never done it from the computer, so I want to do that. Oh, that was wrong. Wrong, capital wrong. About crashed the game. The hell? Weird. Okay, so we're still getting mid-roll ads. Anyway, neither here nor there. You aren't Eddie-O, because you're on an ad block. You don't like me very much. Okay, he's got decent texture. Weird reflections. And a yellow reflection of a blue light source. That's a 10,000 Kelvin light source. You shouldn't get a 3,000 Kelvin reflection. Definitely being a complete prick. Alright, from your desktop PC, you can go to Easy Estates. I got a message from Mohammed or someone, or Captain. And we can rent the apartment in the Glen. 40,000 eddies. That's too much. Japantown, 15,000 eddies. North Side, 5,000 eddies. That's more my my budget. You want the home to be the perfect safe haven. Alright, well, we're gonna buy it, and we're gonna transfer money. We're gonna see what the transfer bar looks like. Transferring funds. You could barely see it, but it said just Zorp completed. That's probably why nobody's noticed, is because it takes 2 seconds. So we have a new apartment. Yay. Alright, let's go find this. I hate elevators. I don't want to go to H8. I can go to the Redwood Market and come in from the backside here. If I go to H8, I'm going to have to do the stupid vending machine. And then I'm going to have to go up. Ooh, look. Oh my god, we're 20 stories up. But, hey. Okay, detailed look at... Oh, he cleaned up as I zoomed in. Okay, the details at a distance. I doubt you can even see this, but the dress form, the idiot in the background at the those used to be cleaner. Now, okay, it's got good textures now. But the one in the back, right there by that espresso machine, it looks like an Xbox 4 rendering. Now I zoom in and it pops in tighter, but I zoom out and it's back to Xbox 4. Depth of field off. And oh, yeah, it looked good in... Sorry, depth of field off. Field of view, Zippo. Now... Come on, man. You can see the textures crawl in. As the person's coming into sight, you can see the textures paint in. Ah, that's weird. I hope they get that sorted. But other textures, V's coat, I mean 2K resolution, and that's tight. And reflections off the shiny bits. Path tracing is definitely working there. And what does he see in his glasses? You got the girl in the tab. Right there you got the pink hat with the appropriate curvature and everything as the glasses move. Whoops. Then you rotate and look, chicken a pink hat. The skin texture's still a little plastic. But hey. Alright, so what else do we got to look at that's textured? Glass bottle with path tracing. Shadows. There aren't any. Random dude. Way out in the distance there. See that the textures are not drawing in as fast. Or as close. Those are Xbox 4 renders in the background. Yeah, anyway. Just me being an idiot. Alright, so I've got 175 meters straight down. Here's where the parade is. I'm supposed to meet Hanako up here, or not Takamura. I'm supposed to meet over here. No, I'm supposed to meet him down by the... Yeah, that's a cool story. 36 frames a second.
Why? Please.
Punch a turret. Kill the turret. Buildings, on the other hand, they're rendering full resolution. So, ever go down to the street. Performance is 60 with dynamic 4K scaling, ray traces of 30. Well, that's cool. I remember reading something about that, how they were going to cap some setting or another to... Oh, is this the find the wallet gig? Maybe I've just been running so fast this whole time. Haven't been paying attention to faces and when do they pop in. So much time I'm just out running and gunning and blowing stuff up, but it was just yesterday I noticed, hey, this doesn't look right. We'll play this gig and then I've got to wrap because, oh no doubt, the cars with guns, that whole James Bond thing, that is going to be brilliant. Everything's popped in tight. Yeah, those boxes there, you know. I guess it's alright. I mean, it's hyper-realistic.
V, have a look at the attached
Oh, this is that stupid.
address. There, you will take a car from Sergei Karasinsky. Your job is delivery to the Tiger Claws. The car only, I mean, not Sergei. Everything understood? I hope so.
Yes. That's handy. Just standing around, we're running 40 frames a second. There's Sergei. Sergei doesn't have a face, so I can't check him for facial quality. Now I zoom in on her, she renders out fine. I don't know what the story is there. Talk to Sergei. Alright, what's up, Sergei?
You Sergey?
Nice of you to ask. Lately I feel like there is a neon sign over my head that says, Sergey who fucked with Tiger Claws. I have little present for Tiger Claws sitting in garage.
Alright,
Okay.
then fling me the coordinates.
I'm not
Just
gonna
a
ask
moment.
any questions. Yet.
I opened door to garage. It opened from inside too, just in case.
Presence the car?
It's a bit more than ordinary car, but in nutshell, yes. Just drive it there and they take care of the rest. And don't mess this up, huh? I count on you.
Okay, we have the lease agreement. Rental agreement does not include insurance coverage for the loss or theft. From Bree Coleman and Sergei Karasinski. Karasinski. I'm sure. And we have a bottle of whiskey. Oh, bottle of water. Useful. Dude, a purple box. And 1,200 eddies. I'll take that for $1. I'm getting frickin' flashes. Are those supposed to be here? Yes, that's electrical crap shorting out. Muzzle flash is always nice to light up the night with. Or if it's gonna change the achievements. Oh, like the I don't know where my achievements even disappeared to, but I 100%ed it years ago. They'll probably add more achievements for new... Oh, there's my progress in GOG. Yeah, I've done everything, even in superhero landing and kill and incapacitate 2 enemies. I don't know if they're going to change those up or not. I bet they'll add a few. Alright, now let's put this gun away. Put that gun away. Dude, the hell was that spasmic thing? When does this guy start shouting?
Oh, it's not him. Thank God. Quick, let me out before he returns.
It's unusual, as far as presents go.
What did you say?
You're supposed to be my present. A surprise from a certain Sergei.
You're not making any sense.
You know, like a pop-out cake. Except there's no cake. Just lots of blood.
There is no cake. I know that's a line from something. I've probably forgotten what, but I do know that's a line. Oh, find out where you are when you drive. Huh, I don't know. I don't know.
And you are...
Alex Pushkin, Senior Assistant in Quality Assurance at Biotechnica.
GLaDOS,
the
that's
Corporal
it.
QA
There
doing
is no
messing with the
cake.
Tiger claws.
I don't
You
know
work
what
for
that
Tiger
reference
Claws?
is, but
I told them I would not accept their offer.
let him go.
It's complicated. How about before I change my mind?
I do not know what is going on, but thank you. You will not regret this.
He's got a
You got this job
decently
from Okako,
textured
yes?
face.
I will pay her. She won't lose in 80, and neither will you.
You would be the last person to get bought by a corpo stuffed in a trunk. Oh, so I thought. You never fail to surprise me. Though I do suppose he who offers most shall get his way. Oh, I do not mean Sergei. No, sadly he was outbid by another interested
Well,
party.
Kako's a
Who knows what will become
not a
of
nice
him.
lady, so you know.
Quid pro quo, V. Quid pro quo.
I still get my money, so I don't
Closed.
care. And I got a level. Woohoo. So that's nice. Alright, let's take this heap of a car out for a oh, now you can't take the heap of a car out for a spin. What a piece of crap. $36, but it's certainly a usable 36. A little jittery. I do not see any flashing lights. Textures, I'm still not sure on. How many idiots do we have here?
Where should I hide?
Okay. Combat. That was fine. I don't know how this is working. The bottles are glowing, and they shouldn't be. Well, I don't see any of the flashing that we certainly saw in the past. They're not going to tell their stories. The Netrunners had their car tuned to Moro Rock radio. My frickin' van's on fire already. 30 frames a second driving in traffic. So I actually am not seeing an improvement. Oh, that was cool. I think I killed it. Yup, it's still broken. Some of the scopes, if you get the light behind you, you can't see through them like that, which is exactly like it is in the real world. So that's cool. So we don't see any flickering. Which is good. Did I make it? Oh my gosh, I made it. What the hell's this? Oh, the magenta statue. Oh, that's this dude. Eh. I'll leave that there for now. This is the one directly above everything. And there is the FFOOFF statue, or whatever it is. Alright. There is... I wonder if there's a way down over here. Yes, right there. This is more interesting up here. Scare the normals. We got good local... Dude, where is the local texture? And it's dropped all the way up. Whatever. Whatever. It is what it is. So, we're getting back up to 43 frames a second, which is playable. It is certainly playable. It has... What is that? Oh, that's one of the net terminals you can go to anywhere in the city. "29 frames a second in high crowd environments, 30 frames a second. Yep, 30 frames a second. It's certainly playable, although boy, I can't wait till I get my severance check and I can go get that 40-something graphics card. So there you go. Let's find a... There's flickering. Why was that flickering? Usually yellow flicker, not a blue flicker. I think that blue flicker is just from the lights. I like that song. We're getting flickering. That's just a... That's weird. It shouldn't do that, but it's doing it. But it's not the yellow, bright white yellow flickering that was killing everything else. Vehicle textures and reflections are correct. Just for shits and grins. Turn that off. Oh, I do have one. Oh my god, it makes a huge difference. We're leaving that on. I don't care if I only get 30 frames a second. Try that. Looks the same. Settings. Yeah, that makes a world of difference, and I can live with 30 frames a second for another 2 weeks. And then a 4-hour complete PC rebuild. My only question is, do I go with the Noctua air cooler I bought, or do I break down and buy a new water cooler? Well, there's some bad dudes. Let's throw some carnage their way. 38. 36. 34. Yeah, tolerable. The blood is of appropriate color. Yep. Why he's glowing blue, I don't know. Oh, he's got crap on him. Okay, that blood is appropriate color. Alright. Oh. Something else to pick up. Where the police department is, I don't have the right armor for that. There's a... used to be before 1.6 and they nerfed your armor. You could go to the city police department, get into a battle, and have the police machine guns just hosing you down with the pedestrians in front of you. And get some really good blood splatter. Can't post the photos because they're freaking graphic. I mean, Saving Private Ryan class graphic. I don't even know if I could show it on stream. Okay, let's try this here. 1.23. Ah, the lighting's crap. Damn it. Pose. Muzzle flash on, it doesn't help. Fine pink mist. That's weird. And let's get somebody out here into decent lighting. Come on, Tweak. Oh, there we go. You go out in the daylight. Go out in the sunshine. Come on, come on, come on out here. One more step, one more step. There you go. Oh, you dumbass. There you go. Perfect. Alright. Yes, the blood is back to red. For a while, the blood was blue. Yes, and my character looks silly. Grody. One more step, dumbass. Did I get her? Or was she too far away? Depth of field off. That's impressive. Mid-air collision. I don't know what that red crap is. She was too far away. Oh, took her out. Low level monster. Alright, so that's my time for tonight and 10 extra minutes. So I need to find a... Yeah, the blood was blue under path tracing for a while. It was weird. But it's back to red.
B, I need you to acquire something. Only me, no client. So I expect quick and clean results.
What?
You will be entering Tiger Claw territory. Very high risk. More information attached.
Oh, Leah Gladden's lockbreaker device. Yes. We'll get to it next time we play. Today, we'll find a fast travel and get back to the apartment and wrap this stream up. Hey, appreciate Daddy-O for joining. Appreciate you joining. And those of you watching on replay, seems to be working. Patch 163 is a success. It fixed the clatter, which is nice. And yeah, not clatter, the flicker. I was thinking of my stupid microphone that is broken. So there you are then. Anyway, I thank you for joining the stream tonight for our quick demo stream. I will not be back on until Friday or Saturday when I don't have a 8 o'clock meeting followed by 9 more hours of meetings. It's called PI planning or PI planning, and we're planning out the next 3 months worth of work. Far Cry 6, fantastic. I will be in meetings all day, so I will unfortunately miss it. But have fun playing Far Cry 6, Daddy-O, and the next time I get to stream, I will be streaming, so subscribe, follow, turn on notifications, and we'll see you in the future. Thank you, Daddy. Oh, thank you. I will have fun at work. It's nice having a gig